Welcome back. Throughout the series, we've been all over Yorkshire seeking out traditional beers made by small breweries that all have a passion for real ale.
Oh. It's got mystery behind it, this one.
I can't wait.
It's got chocolate malt in there, roasted barley. It's absolutely...
Too much.
Oh.
At last, it's time for my pub regulars to choose which is the best of the best. Well, when people come, they're given one of these, and in it all the different beers are laid out, and all they have to do is decide which is their favourite one, and they tear it out with the sign showing that particular brewery, and you simply put it in the ballot box. Job done. The cellar's brimming with beers we've been collecting over the last few weeks. So much so, Robert and Mark have had to get creative outside.
Well, it's brilliant to be able to have a beer festival here at the pub, because it's a celebration of all the Yorkshire's ales. They're all together here in the Crook Barn and in the pub, ready for people to drink. We've got about half the ale for the festival sat here. We've had to make ourselves a makeshift cellar to keep all the beers in condition. It's been in October, it's nearly winter.
In October.
We're not fighting a heat wave,
are
we?
No heat wave, so we don't have to worry about any cooling or warming of beer.
So we've an awful lot of ale to get sucked this weekend, haven't we?
Yeah, it's coming through.
The first few people arrive, and look, I recognise that lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you remember when we met the Willis family at York Brewery?
This is the Great Willis Beer Festival, right?
It's a bit of a haze to me as well. No, it is you, isn't it?
Hello there.
It's just brilliant to see you. Tried a few.
We're on about number 4 so far, so we've got 19 more to go.
The salty one we're drinking in a minute.
The hazelnut coffee porter is a really unusual beer. I wouldn't want to drink too much of it, but I really do like it.
But so far our favourite has been the Waltop brewery.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great brewery. He's a farmer and he's just started brewing ale. So it's an early lead for one brewery, but the night's young. That's something I can't say about my good friend Hardboard. Don't ask. He's itching to show off his latest toy. Go and get it. Now. Yes. He's one hell of a character, so we've asked him to come down and play, especially for these people who've come all this way. Alongside the festival ales, I've come up with a bit of an odd challenge. Theakston's has given us their famous Old Peculiar, and we're serving it blind to see if anyone can guess what it is.
Right, would anybody like any free beer?
It's not going to be as easy as it sounds. And what we've got here is some mystery ale. And what we'd like to see is if you can actually identify it. So what sort of taste are you getting coming through?
Like an apple or a pear. Yeah.
So what do you think it is? Have anybody got an idea? Just to identify a beer from a tiny little bit like that, to me is a very difficult thing to do. Well, they're having a go, aren't they?
It goes down quite well, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is.
It's definitely Theakston's XP.
Tailors do a dark one, don't they?
I think it's like white.
It's awful. It's horrible.
Why have you got red?
Well, you can't please everybody. Time to go outside now, as I have a bit of unfinished business with my mate Jonathan, the Cooper. The cooperage at Theakston's is absolutely magnificent. You feel as though you're going back 200 years when you go in. I mean, look at this, it looks like from the Tower of London, doesn't it? Brilliant. What we're trying to do is to get that to go in this groove here.
So to start off with, we're just taking the shaving off the front of the head. Right, now it's your turn.
That's my turn, you're right.
That's it, hold it a bit straighter.
How do you hold it when you're not holding it? This could take some time. Oh, what a failure. It's taking it from me, I mean, I just wasn't getting anywhere. I dread to think what you are holding it with, actually, down there. Despite my clumsiness, Jonathan lets me loose with another lethal tool. I bet Anne Boleyn is pleased it wasn't me. He must have muscles like an ox. And then the inevitable happens. Well, I'm really quite proud of this, because what I'm hoping is there's going to be a permanent scar, and then I can say, well, of course I got that when I was an apprentice cooper at Theakston's. Yeah.
This is what they call a knocker-upper.
A knocker-upper. That's great, isn't it? Full of beer.
Yeah.
It's really good of you to come. I thought it would have a Theakston's sign on it.
That's why only professionals do it.
Yeah. Oh, I needed that. The festival's buzzing and lots of people are voting for their favourite pint. Oh, and there's Tom and Jill from Woldtop Brewery. I wonder who they voted for. We met Tom and Jill at their Yorkshire Wells farm. Can I press the button?
You can indeed. Okay, let go.
Hey, look at that. Hundreds of them. Thousands of them. Wasn't it fantastic? I hope they've forgotten about the chaos I caused. So, what are you drinking there, Tom?
I'm drinking Leeds Brewery Best Bitter.
What do you think of that?
I think it's very nice.
Yeah.
Extremely nice.
Good.
In fact, I've been drinking halves all the way through. This is the only one I've had a pint of.
I'm on lighter beers. I'm trying the, what is it, Copper Dragon?
Golden Pippin.
You could argue that it's the ultimate form of market research, really, making sure you know what's out there as far as competition is concerned.
Good to see you. Oh gosh, remember when I got wobbly whooped at Copper Dragon Brewery?
Luscious, it's dark.
Yeah, let's try another one. The less said, the better. So have you had a few beers?
I've been...
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
Assuming you weren't going to vote for your own, which one would you choose, do you think?
For the moment, I'd be choosing the Pale Rider.
That's the beer from Kelham Island Brewery in Sheffield that was flooded last year. Good choice. Have you tried that really fruity one from Saltaire Brewery?
No.
It's an interesting
It's
drink.
a long walk home, you know.
It's great that so many of the brewers have turned up. Even Richard, the one-man band from down the road, has come to see how his brand new Hetton Pale Ale is going down. Have you tried some of the others?
Yeah, I've tried all of them. Yeah, some fantastic beers here.
I think there are. I mean, I don't think there's one that I haven't enjoyed, quite honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure which my favourite is, but I'm a bit biased, I suppose.
The mystery ale is still causing some trouble. What sort of taste do you think's coming through?
To me, it's bananas. Bananas, yeah.
Well,
You always get one.
This lot are quite discerning, so does anybody know what it is?
It reminds me of Theakston's Own Peculiar.
Theakston's OP it is. I'm sure it is.
Theakston's Black Bull.
I'm sticking with bananas.
Well, I learned to play this fiddle for the Morris dancers in Burnsall, and I hadn't a clue how to play it. But we had a really good fiddler who came and joined us, and he taught me how to play it.
We're going to open the ballot box and count all the votes to find out which is Yorkshire's perfect pint.
I wouldn't like to say what's going to win.
Well, the tension's building, isn't it?
It certainly is, because it could be. Look at that. There's 4 or 5 romping ahead. We've had a fantastic time. It's been really hard work, but really enjoyable work. I do feel absolutely exhausted now, I must admit. But we're just coming up now to the important part, which is to find out which is Yorkshire's perfect pint. Right, gather around everybody. Can you come forward? Right, well thanks very much indeed for coming. We've had an absolutely fantastic time doing this. It's been absolutely marvellous. But now we've come to the important bit, and this is the results. I thought, first of all, you probably want to know which is the festival mystery beer. It was Old Peculiar. Did you get that? And now this is the big one. So in third place, for Yorkshire's perfect pint, it's Woldtop Brewery with Wold Gold. A winning formula, mixing farming with brewing. And second place for Yorkshire's perfect pint is Saltaire Brewery. I can't read it. Oh, Ainsworth. Hazelnut Coffee Porter, a contemporary beer brewed in a traditional way. The big one. This is Yorkshire's perfect pint. And I'm sure you'll agree that if it's Yorkshire's perfect pint, it automatically means it's the best pint in the country. And it goes to Dark Horse Brewery with Hetton Pale Ale. Blimmin' heck, Richard is the only employee. Hetton Pale Ale has only been on the market a month, and remember, I was the first person ever to taste it. How about that?
Yeah, that's, well, I mean, that's, you know, yeah, that's quite amazing, isn't it?
It's bloody marvellous.
That's amazing.
You did very well. Very, very well.
Yeah, I'm really pleased it's gone down so
Yeah,
well.
there were
That's
hundreds
fantastic.
of votes. Well, that's it. Festival done and dusted.
I don't know what to say. Yorkshire's and therefore Britain's best pint.
It's got to be, hasn't it? If not the world's.
Fantastic.
It was tough work tasting those beers, so I guess the chauffeur deserves a perfect pint. Well, there we are, Robert. Well deserved. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Very nice, just the job.
Right. That was a reet do. Who's for the pub?